Today we're going to take poses that you can easily do in your workplace. In addition to walking as much as you can, taking the stairs, biking if that's possible for you, I would encourage you to ask your office management if you can have standing desks. I'm not a big fan of sitting, and many of us in our workplace need to sit through a fair amount of our day. This video is going to give you practical ways to stay in shape in your workplace, in your office during the day. Let's do it. Okay, so as much as I'm not a fan of sitting too much, I am very much a fan of chair pose, because chair pose works the major muscle groups in the body, and it's very efficient at keeping you healthy and in shape. Let's look at a few variations of chair pose that you can do in your office. Office pose number one. You're in your work clothes, you're doing a wall squat. It's like a chair pose at the wall. Just make sure your knees don't go beyond your heels. You can do a set of this. You got this. It really works the workhorse muscles of the body. Nice, efficient movement in the body. Next, use the chair to your advantage. You already know I'm not a big fan of sitting too much, but use that chair to your advantage. How do we do that? Let's take a look at it. When you come up into a snow skiing position, and again, broaden your low belly, fire the underside of the legs, and this is a big pose. You can hover above that chair and then sit back down. Take a few of those. We're going to take another variation of that pose. Again, I'm a fan of the chair if we use the chair to our advantage. Let's take the arms forward. A sign of overall health is, can you get in and out of your chair without using your arms? Let's take the arms forward. You're going to rock up and again hover. The core is nice and broad, and get a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, and then come up and take a few sets of these. You won't even feel like you're missing the gym. More for the lower body. Come to your wall, bend your knees. You're standing on one leg, your opposite leg is up, the knee is forward, the foot is off the ground. Sit back and bow. You're really actually stressing that single standing leg, and it's efficient use of a pose. Short period of time, really works those workhorse muscles, and you can do it on the other side. All right, the next pose, you have a stable chair at work, not a chair with a roller. This is a single leg standing pose again. You're going to gaze forward. Imagine you're in a starting block, like a track starting block. You're going to point your back toes. Yeah, women, go ahead and take off those high heels. Point your back toes and lengthen the spine forward, and then switch it out to the other side. Now, you can hold these longer than I am. We're going through this video efficiently. You can hold those poses longer. Okay, now we're moving to the upper body. We just did 5 poses for the lower body. We're now moving to the upper body. Use the wall to your advantage. Take your planks at the wall. You got a plank, your core is nice and broad, the shoulder blades draw down the back. Do some planks at the wall. Plank push-ups at the wall. Do them skillfully, not fast. Really nice, skillful movement. I move my hands down a wee bit. Just walk to the placement of your hands about adjacent to your breastplate. Do your wall push-up. Second pose at the wall, we're actually going to hover in a push-up position at the wall. You'll be about 2 or 3 inches away from the wall. The shoulder blades draw down the back. You press through all 10 fingers. And you will be building some upper body strength here when you hover. I suggest you hover for about 30 seconds. That's 5 to 7 breaths. So now we're going to do single weight bearing, single arm weight bearing at the wall. And you're going to push. You can bring your opposite arm out. You're going to push. Really work your index finger and your thumb mound with this, because the index finger will get light. And you can do this on each side. Make sure the collarbone stays broad, so we're not scrunching like this. It also affects your mouth. Collarbone stays broad. You'll do this on each side. This pose looks deceptively simple, but if you do it properly, you're going to be knowing you're taking the head of the arm bone back. The rhomboids are going to get strong. The shoulder blades are going to go on the back. Let's take it. Hands adjacent to your breastplate at the wall. Your feet are about 4 inches away from the wall. Now, you'll stand in an upright posture. Your core is nice and broad. Isometrically draw the hands down toward the floor. The head of the arm bone goes back, the shoulder blades draw toward each other, and then isometrically draw the hands down toward the floor. This pose, again, looks simple, but you're going to be feeling the love. We're back to our stable office chair, not a chair with rollers. You're going to take a plank. You can hold the outside of the chair. You can take a plank and be here and do your push-ups here. Or you can stay right here in plank. Core is nice and broad, and once again, don't take the head down. We're going to keep the skull lifted. That helps with the core. And you can do a few push-ups here. And push back to a downward facing dog. Okay, this was a quick way to stay in shape at work. 5 poses for the lower body that work the workhorse muscles, 5 poses for the upper body. You used your wall, you used your chair. You don't need to go to the gym. You can do this every day if you want. Let me know if you have any comments. Subscribe here. We'll be doing more for the office. See you soon.